Pastor Chris congregational withdrawal syndrome, a silent cry for help. It's been said time and again that the only constant thing in life is change. Celebrities constantly entertain millions of people in large auditoriums are all of a sudden in a rude awakening. No more sell-out crowds. Religious leaders are not left out. The sight of packed audience cheering, singing, laughing is the source of that adrenaline rush these personalities get. Now, it's all but gone for a time in this pandemic. The rapt attention and praise of thousands of followers is no more. They cannot bear the sight of an empty church or auditorium built to house tens of thousands, all because of a sit at home order. Some religious leaders are establishing new ways to keep serving their flock, while Pastor Oyakhilome recently added a new dimension to the pandemic saga. The latest installment, the man of God posits that curtailing CO and CO2 emission is part of a grand design to curb population growth. Could it be that down in the heart of some of these men, there is a cry for help? The aftermath of congregational withdrawal syndrome. They want their full to capacity pews back, and those who have opposed it are of the evil. In a sermon, Pastor Chris states that the prescribed solution was that everything had to be done to cut down on the amount of CO2 released into the atmosphere. There are two ways of doing it. One, population reduction. Two, is what I have just told you, wearing the mask. Nothing can be compared to the atmosphere of a packed arena, but it's a sporting concert or religious. The actors all get their fix from the crowd. It's a sight to behold as thousands of people pay attention to you on the big stage today. The pandemic appears to have stripped them of that enormous power they wielded over the years on their fan base. It's the new reality. Those who smell a rat sighting ground plots are silently crying for help to get that fix again. Without a doubt, mankind can take consolation in one fact: these too shall pass. When it does, a new order will emerge. No one knows for sure what that will be. There are events in the history of mankind which has impacted on the survival of the human race. Wars, catastrophic weather, and diseases have all contributed to the evolution man has made. The Black Death, which ravaged 40% Europe population, transformed the society from feudalistic one, which featured peasants who toiled the land controlled by noblemen and bishops, setting the stage for baby steps to be taken along the journey to creating what is today recognized as protection of the rights of workers. The end of the First and Second World War brought new political ideology and alliances in capitalism and communism. The current pandemic we are witnessing is an indication that the time has come for man to reform. innovate, and involve a sustainable ecosystem. Those who oppose change are fearful of the outcome. Will my church be full again? How can I achieve sellout tickets for my shows with social distancing? Religion, in the midst of chaos, should act as a reservoir of hope to mankind, providing encouragement to be steadfast in our faith in God as we watch and pray. It is not to give vent to conspiracies using the pulpit. The provocateur of unsubstantiated news from the pulpit must realize that in this pandemic, everyone is crying for help. It seems they are hell bent on crying the loudest. Unfortunately, their persistence to push the narrative of a hidden agenda is becoming a disservice to themselves. Thank you for listening to this news. The crying is just too late. Yes, I have said it earlier that this pandemic is going to cause a lot of issue in Nigeria. Aside from the economic part of it, you can see the religious and entertainment part of it are now waking up. You can see this is Pastor Chris making it open. What else do you expect? The pastor, the man of God have to cry out this in his heart. So he can no longer nurse it again. That is why he has to come up and say it out. And I believe other men of God will be suffering the same, but they will just, okay, let me just bear it. It will soon be over. It will soon be over. It will soon be over, my dear. You are losing your membership. Very soon, people will start developing interest. They'll start developing interest in staying at home instead of going to church. People are gradually losing interest in serving God because of this pandemic. This pandemic has made a lot of people to lose faith in going to church, faith in praying. In fact, a lot of people has backslided. And this is the negative part this pandemic have in the Christian life of individuals. It has affected a lot of lives. It has changed a lot of faith. In fact, it has shattered so many faiths. It has made a lot of people to backslide, of which I know that God will never be happy with with all of this that has happened. I'm telling you the truth. So the man of God crying out is still part of it. It's still part of it. It's still a way of calling back the Christians, making them to see reason why they still need to come back to God no matter what. You see that after the call off of this pandemic completely, a lot of people will lose faith in going to church. They won't bother to go to church any longer because since they're staying at home, they have been praying and be calling on God. They'll say, okay, since we can call on God at home, what's the need of going to church? And you know that this men of God, this work of God, this pastoral work is what they do for as full time. They don't have any other thing that they do. They don't have any other thing that they do. So they rely on your presence, they rely on your contributions, your financial contributions. They rely on your opinions, your ideas. This is what keep them going. This is what keep them busy. So how do they get all of these back? So this is how this pandemic has affected the religious. It did not only affect the religious, but also the people in the entertainment industry. How can these people in the entertainment industry make the fame and the money that they claim and wish to get? How? You can see. So this pandemic has really affected people so much, so much. So Father Chris crying out is an opportunity for other men of God to cry out. Even I expect entertainers too to come up and cry out. But to me, entertainers are doing nothing concerning this. Instead, they just lock themselves indoor, believing that all is well. All is not well. So, my viewers, what's your take on what I've just said? Please don't forget to leave them behind. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell button to receive more updates. Thank you.